남규태방송 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까. 오늘은 2023년 4월 18일 화요일입니다. 현재 시간은 오후 7시 5분입니다. 남규태방송 성경공부 잉글리시 431회 방송을 시작하겠습니다. 성경은 창세기 25장부터 영문으로 읽어보겠습니다. 창세기는 영문으로 제네시스입니다. 25장부터 읽겠습니다. Abraham took another wife whose name was 거두라. She bore him 짐난 She bore him 심으란 욕산 모단 미디안 이스박 and 수아. 욕산 was the father of Sheba and 데단 the descendants of 데단 reared Asherites, the right sites and Roomnight. The sons of Midian were 에바, 에바, 에벨, 한옥, 아비다, and 엘디아, 엘다, 엘다. All these were descendants of Keturah. 거두라. Abraham left everything he owned to Isaac, but while he was still living, he have given to the sons of his concubines and sent them away from his son Isaac to the land of the east. Altogether, Abraham lived 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his rest and died at a good old age, an old man and full of years, and he was gathered to his people. His sons Isaac and Ismael buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Merel in the field of Ebron, son of Joel the Hittite. The field Abraham had bought from the Hittites. There, Abraham was bride with his wife Sarah. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who then lived near Beer Lahai Loi. This is the account of Abraham's son Ismael, whom Sarah's maid servant Hagar the Egyptian brought to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ismael, listed in the order of their births. Nebaeus, the firstborn of Ismael, Kedar, Adbel, Mibsam, Misma, Toma, Amasa, Haded, Tema, Jeter, Nepisha, and Kedarmeshi. These were the sons of Ismael, and these are the names of the 12 tribal rulers according to their settlements and camps. Altogether, Ismael lived 137 years. He blessed his last and died, and he was gathered to his people. His descendants settled in the area from Havilah to Shur, near the border of Egypt. As you go toward Shur, and they arrived in hostility toward all their brothers. This is the account of Abraham's son Isaac. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, a daughter of Bethuel the Aramean from Padan Aram, and a sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was barren. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife Rebecca became pregnant. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." When the time came for her to give birth, there were twin boys in her womb. The first to come out was red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment. So they named him Esau. After this, his brother came out with his hand grasping Esau's heel. So he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebecca gave birth to them. The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was a quiet man, straying among the tents. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebecca loved Jacob. Once, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, fish permitted. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of the red stew. I'm permitted." That is why he was also called Adam. Jacob replied, "First sell me your birthright. Look, I am about to die." Esther said, "What good is the birthright to me?" But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore on oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank, and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. Now there was a mine in the land besides the earlier mine of Abraham's time, and Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines in Gerar. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land where I tell you to live. Stay in this land for a while, and I will be with you and will bless you, both you and your descendants. I will give all these lands and will confirm the oath I swear to your father Abraham. I'll make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and will give them all these lands. And through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and kept my requirements, my commands, my decrees, and my laws. So Isaac stayed in Gerar. When the man of that place asked him about his wife, he said, "She is my sister," because B was afraid to say, "She is my wife." He thought, "The man of this place might kill me on account of Rebecca, because she is beautiful." When Isaac had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked down from window and saw Isaac caressing his wife Rebecca. So Abimelech summoned Isaac and said, "She is really your wife. Why did you say she is my sister?" Isaac answered him, "Because I thought I might lose my life on account of her." Then Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the men might well have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech gave orders to all the people, "Anyone who would murder this man or his wife shall surely be put to death." Isaac planted crops in the land, and Samuel reaped a hundredfold because the Lord blessed him. The man became rich and his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. He had so many flocks and herds and servants that the Philistines envied him. So all the wealth that his father's servants had dug in the time of his father Abraham, the Philistines stopped filling them with earth. Then Abimelech said to Isaac, "Move away from us. You have become too powerful for us." So Isaac moved away from there and in encamped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. Isaac reopened the wells that had been dug in the time of his father Abraham, which the Philistines had stopped after Abraham died, and he gave them the same names his father had given them. Isaac's servants dug in the valley and discovered a well of fresh water there. But the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen and said, "The water is ours." So he named the well Esek, because they disputed with him. Then they dug another well, but they quarreled over that one also. So he named it Sita. He moved on from there and dug another well, and no one quarreled over it. He named it Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has given us room, and we will flourish in the land." From there, he went up to Beersheba. That night the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless you and will increase the number of your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." Isaac built an altar there and called on the name of the Lord. There he pitched his tent, and there his servants dug a well. Meanwhile, Abimelech had come to him from Gerar with Ahojax, his personal advisor, and Picol, the commander of his forces. Isaac asked him, "Why have you come to me, since you were hostile to me and sent me away?" They answered, "We saw clearly that the Lord was with you. So we said, there ought to be a sworn agreement between us." Between us and you, let us make a treaty with you, then you will do us no harm, just as we did not molest you, but also treated you well and sent you away in peace. And now you are blessed by the Lord. Isaac then made a feast for them, and they ate and drank. Early the next morning, the men swore an oath to each other. Then Isaac sent them on their way, and they left him in peace. That day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug. They said, "We've found the water." He called it Sheba, and to this day the name of the town has been Beersheba. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and also Basemath, daughter of Aaron the Hittite. They were a source of grief to Isaac and Rebekah. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so weak that could no longer see, he called for Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son, here I am." He answered. Isaac said, I'm now an old man, don't know the day of my dream. Now then, get your weapons, your quiver and bow, and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food I like and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die. Now Rebecca was listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau left for the open country to hunt game and bring it back, Rebecca said to her son Jacob, "Look, I overheard your father say to your brother Esau, bring me some game and prepare me some tasty food to eat, so that I may give you my blessing in the presence of the Lord before I die. And now, my son, listen carefully and do what I tell you. Go out to the flock and bring me two choice young goats, so I can prepare some tasty food for your father, just the way he likes it. Then take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing before he dies." Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a man with a smooth skin. What if my father touches me? I would appear to be tricking him, and would bring down a curse on my shelf, lest than a blessing. His mother said to him, "My son, let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Go and get them for me." So he went and got them and brought them to his mother. And she prepared some tasty food, just the way his father liked it. Then Rebecca took the best clothes of Esau, her oldest son, which she had in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. She also covered his hands and the smooth part of his neck with the goat skin. Then she handed to her son Jacob the tasty food and bread she had made. He went to his father and said, "My father." "Yes, my son." He answered, "Who is it?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game so that you may give me your blessing." Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly, my son? The Lord your God gave me success," he replied. And then Esau was to Jacob, "Come near so can touch you, my son, to know whether you really are my son Esau or not." Jacob went close to his father Isaac, who touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. So he blessed him. "Are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "I am," he replied. Then he said, "My son, bring me some of your game to eat, so that I may give you my blessing." Jacob brought it to him, and he ate, and he brought some wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come here, my son, and kiss me." So he went to him and kissed him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, "The smell of my son is like the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. My God, give you of heaven's dew and of earth's richness, an abundance of grain and new wine. My nations serve you, and peoples bow down to you. Be ruled over your brothers." And may the sons of your mother bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed. After Isaac finished blessing him, and Jacob had scarcely left his father's presence, his brother Esau came in from hunting. He too prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father. Then he said to him, "My father, sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing." His father Isaac asked him, "Who are you?" "I am your son." He answered, "Your firstborn Esau." As traveled Byron tree and said, "Who was it?" Then that hunted game and brought it to me. I ate it just before you came. You came and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed when Esau heard his father's words. He burst out with a loud and bitter cry and said to his father, "Bless me, me too, my father." But he said, "Your brother came beside for early and took your blessing." As I said, isn't he rightly named Jacob? He has deceived me these 2 times. He took my birthright and now he's taken my blessing. Then asked the heavens, you reserved and blessing for me. Isaac answered, "As I have made him Lord over you, and have made all his relatives his servants, and I have sustained him with grain and new wine. So what can I possibly do for you, my son?" My son, as I said to his father, "Do you have only one blessing? My father bless me too." My father then Esau wept aloud. His father Isaac answered him, "Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. Will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck." As held grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him, said to himself, "The days of more mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." When Rebekah was told what her older son Esau had said, she sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Your brother is consoling himself with the thought of killing you. Now then, my son, do what I say. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's free subsides, when your brother is no longer angry with you and forgets what you did to him, I will send word for you to come back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? And then Rebecca said to Isaac, I am disgusted with arriving because of this Hittite woman. If Jacob takes a wife from among the women of this land, from Hittite woman like this, my life will not be worth living. So Esau called for Jacob and blessed him and commanded him, do not marry a Canaanite woman. Go at once to Padan Aram, to the house of your mother's father, Saul. Take a wife for your shepherd there from among the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. May God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and increase your numbers until you become a community of peoples. Maybe give you and your descendants the blessing given to Abraham. So then you may take a possession of the land where you now like as an line. The land God gave to Abraham. Then Isaac sent Jacob on his way, and he went to Padan Aram to Laban son of Bethuel the Aramean, the brother of Rebekah, who was the mother of Jacob and Isaac. Jacob and Esau. Now, as around that Isaac had blessed Jacob and had sent him to Padan Aram to take a wife from there, and that when he blessed him, he commanded him, do not marry a Canaanite woman, and that Jacob had obeyed his father and mother and had gone to Padan Aram, as then realized how displeasing the Canaanite woman were to his father Isaac. So he went to Ismael and married Mahares, the sister of Nebaioth, and daughter of Ismael, son of Abraham. In addition to the wives he already had. Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. When he reached a certain place, he stopped for the night because the sun had set. And taking on one of the stones there, he put it under his head and lay down to sleep. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth. It is top reaching to heaven, and the angels of God we are ascending and descending on it. There above it stood the Lord, and he said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land on which you are lying. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. All peoples on earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. When Jacob awake from his sleep, he he thought, surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. He was afraid and said, how awesome is this place. This is none other than the house of God. This is the gate of heaven. Early the next morning, Jacob took the stone he had placed under his head and set it up as a pillar and poured oil on top of it. He called that place Bethel. So the city used to be called Luz. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, if God will be with me and will watch over me on this journey, I am taking and will give me food to eat and clothes to wear. So I return safely to my father's house. Then the Lord will be my God, and this stone, what I have set up as a pillar, will be God's house, and of all that you give me, I will give you a tenth. Then Jacob continued on his journey and came to the land of the eastern peoples. There he saw where in the field with 3 flocks of sheep lying near it, because the flocks were what is from the well. The stone over the mouth of the well was large. When all the flocks were gathered there, the shepherds would roll the stone away from the well's mouth and watered the sheep. Then they would return the stone to its place over the mouth of the well. 야곱의 the shepherds, my brothers, where are you from? We are from Haran. They replied. He said to them, do you know Laban, Nahor's grandson. Yes, we know him. They answered. Then Jacob asked them, is he where? Yes, he is, they said. And here comes his daughter Rachel with the sheep. Look, he said, the sun is still high. It is not time for the flocks to be gathered, while the sheep and take them back to pasture. We can't, they replied, until all the flocks are gathered and the stone has been rolled away from the mouth of the well. Then we will water the sheep. While he was still talking with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she was a sheep herdess when Jacob saw Rachel, daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and Laban's sheep. He went over and rolled the stone away from the mouth of the well and watered high anchor its sheep. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and began to weep aloud. He had told Rachel that he was a relative of her father and a son of Rebekah. So she ran and told her father. As soon as Laban heard the news about Jacob, his sister's son, he hurried to meet him. He embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his home. And Jacob told him all these things. Then Laban said to him, "You are my own flesh and blood." After Jacob had stayed with him for 12 months, Laban said to him, "Just because you are a relative of mine, should you work for me for nothing? Tell me when your wages should be." Now Laban had two daughters. The name of the older was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Rahel. Leah had weak eyes, but Rahel was lovely in form and beautiful. Jacob was in love with Rahel and said, "I will work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter Rahel." Laban said, "It's better that I give you her. I give her to you than to some other man. Stay here with me." So Jacob served 7 years to get Rahel. But they seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. Then Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife. My time is complete, and I want to lie with her." So Laban brought together all the people of the place and gave a feast. But when evening came, he took his daughter Leah and gave her to Jacob, and Jacob lay with her, and Laban gave his servant girl Jil- Jilpah, Shilpa to his daughters as her maid servant. When morning came, there was Leah. So Jacob said to Laban, "What is this you have done to me? I served you for Rahel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me?" Laban replied, "It is not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one finishes his daughter's bridal week. Then we will give you the younger one also in return for another 7 years of work." And Jacob did so. He finished the week with Leah, and then Laban gave him his daughter Rahel to be his wife. Laban gave his servant girl Bilhah to his daughter Rahel as her maid servant. Jacob lay with Rahel also, and he loved Rahel more than Leah, and he worked for Laban another 7 years. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he opened her womb, but Rahel was barren. Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Reuben, for she said, "It is because the Lord has seen my misery. Surely my husband will love me now." She conceived again, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, "Because the Lord heard that I am not loved, he gave me this one too." So she named him Simeon. Simon. Again, she conceived, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, "Now, at last my husband will become attached to me, because I have borne him 3 sons." So he was named Levi. She conceived again, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, "This time I will praise the Lord." So she named him Judah. Then she stopped having children. When Rahel saw that she was not bearing Jacob and any children, she became jealous of her sister. So she said to Jacob, "Give me children, or I'll die." Jacob became angry with her and said, "Am I in the place of God, who has kept you from having children?" Then she said, "Here is Birha, my maid servant. Sleep with her so that she can bear children for me, and that through her I too can build a family." So she gave him her servant Birha as a wife. Jacob slept with her, and she became pregnant and bore him a son. Then Rahel said, "God has uh, vindicated me. He has listened to my plea and given me a son. Because of this, she named him Dan. Rahel's servant Bilhah conceived again and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rahel said, "I have had a great struggle with my sister, and I have won." So she named him uh, Nap- Naphtali. Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she took her maid servant Jilpah's Jil servant Shilba, and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Leah's servant Shilba bore Jacob's son. Then Leah said, "What good fortune!" So she named him Gad. Leah's servant Shilba born Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, "How happy I am! The woman will call me happy." So she named him uh, Aser. During it harvest, Reuben went out into the fields and found some made like plants, which he brought to his mother Leah. Uh, Rahel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrakes." But she said to her, "Wasn't it enough that you took away my husband? Will you take my son's mandrakes too?" Very well. Elias said, "He can sleep with you tonight in return for your son's mandrakes." So when Jacob came in from the fields that evening, Leah went out to meet him. "You must sleep with me," she said. "I have hired you with my son's mandrakes." So he slept with her that night. God listened to Leah, and she became pregnant and bore Jacob fifth son. Then Leah said, "God has rewarded me for giving my maid servant to my husband." So she named him Is Issachar. Issachar. Leah conceived again and bore Jacob a sixth son. Then Leah said, God has presented me with a precious gift. This time my husband will treat me with honor because I have borne him six sons. So she named him Sablon. Sometime later, she gave birth to a daughter and named her Dinah. And then God remembered Rahel. He listened to her and opened her womb. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son and said, God has taken away my disgrace. She named him Jacob and said, May the Lord add to me another son. Abdullah gave birth to Joseph. Jacob said to Laban, send me on my way so I can go back to my own homeland. Give me my wives and children for whom I have served you, and I'll be on my way. You know how much work I've done for you. But Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that the Lord has blessed me because of you. He added name your wages and I will pay them. Jacob said to him, you know how I have worked for you and how your livestock has fared under my care. The little you had before I came has increased greatly, and Lord has blessed you wherever I have been. But now, when may I do something for my own household? What shall I give you? He asked, don't give me anything. Jacob replied, but if you will do this one thing for me, I will go on tending your flocks and watching over them. Let me go through all your flocks today and remove from them every speckled or stopped sheep, every dark colored lamp, and every stopped or speckled goat. They will be my witness, and my honesty will testify for me in the future. Whenever you check on the wages you have paid me, any goat in my possession that is not speckled or stopped, or any lamp that is not dark colored will be considered stone. Agreed, said Laban. Let it be as you have said. The same day he removed all the male goats that were strict or stopped, and all the speckled or stopped female goats, or that had white on them, and all the dark-colored lambs, and he placed them in the care of his sons. Then he put a 3-day journey between himself and Jacob, while Jacob continued to tend the rest of Laban's flocks. Jacob, however, took fresh branches from pop, palm almond and plane trees, and made white stripes on them by peeling the bark and exposing the white inner wood of the branches. Then he placed the peeled branches in all the watering troughs, so that they would be directly in front of the flocks when they came to drink. When the flocks were in heat and came to drink, they made it in front of the branches, and they bore young that we are sticky or speckled or stopped help set apart the young of the flock by themselves, but made the rest of us the streaked and dark-colored animals that belonged to Laban. Thus, he made separate flocks for himself, and did not put them with Laban's animals. Whenever the stronger females were in heat, Jacob would place the branches in the sloughs in front of the animals, so they wouldn't mate near the branches. But if the animals were weak, he would not place them there. So the weak animals went to Laban, and the strong ones to Jacob. In this way, the man grew exceedingly prosperous and came to own large flocks and made servants and menservants and camels and donkeys. 창세기 30장까지 읽었습니다. 남규태방송 성경공부 431회 방송을 여기까지 하고 종료하도록 하겠습니다. 주기도문 기도하고 방송을 끝내겠습니다. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. 아멘. 시청해주신 시청자 여러분께 감사드리겠습니다. 다음 방송에서 자주 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요.